In summary, if we want to improve productivity on the X12 line, my recommendation is to replace the existing milling machine with the new AJ44. It averages 75 parts an hour, requires less maintenance, which means less downtime, and could increase productivity as much as 56.3%. Questions?
I'm sold. I say let's go for it.
Whoa, hang on here. As the Scrooge from accounting, I've got to question the cost. This is a big expense. Why can't we get these numbers up through outsourcing and overtime?
Outsourcing is a quality control nightmare, Arnie.
So, we deal with it.
It also doesn't address the long-term productivity issues. It's a Band-Aid.
Hey, I'll take a Band-Aid over major surgery any day.
And how can you say that?
Well, what do you mean, how can I say that?
I mean, it goes against the whole objective of this team.
Hodge,
What?
what's the nodding about?
Nothing. I'm just looking over this brochure here.
And
It seemed like a great machine. What do I know, right?
so why were you shaking your head?
It's just 75 parts per hour. It seems a little, I don't know, high. Maybe.
So what am I hearing here? That this AJ Wonder machine might not even give us the results we need?
It's just, I'm wondering, is that factoring in downtime and maintenance and resets? You know, this machine isn't going to be running 24 hours a day.
So even if we do buy one of these AJ, whatever it is, there's no guarantee that we're going to get these numbers.
It's just, if you're going to want 75 parts per hour on average, I suggest you get 2 of them.
2?
This way, when one is down, the other one's up, and you're not paying people to stand around and wait.
Oh, absolutely out of the question.
Hodge, no disrespect, but they don't just make these output figures up. Okay then, Arnie, would it help if I worked out a cost analysis for outsourcing versus purchasing?
I just don't believe in wasting money.
I got that.
You know, people think spending more money is the solution to everything.
Hodge,
Yeah?
listen, were you really serious about buying 2 machines?
It's just a thought. The way I see it, it's the downtime that's killing us. But what do I know? I'm just a floor rep.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you can't have a good idea. You need to learn how to be more persuasive, Hodge.
What do you mean?
I mean, in this crazy, team-driven, everybody's their own boss world, you have to learn how to persuade people that your ideas are worth listening to.
How do you do that?
Well, for starters, you gotta stop thinking everybody knows more than you do.
Right. Why should a bunch of NBAs listen to me?
Oh, I don't know. Why? How many years you been running that line? 3? Who knows it better than you do?
Well, they don't think that.
Then you need to convince them. Establish some credibility. When I first moved to operations, nobody took me seriously. I tried to make some suggestions. They ignored me.
Pat, excuse me, thank you. Dan, you had a good idea about...
I know the feeling. So what did you do?
I told myself and I told them that I knew what I was talking about. I'd say things like, you know, during my 5 years in facilities, I've dealt with this problem many times. Want a soda?
Sure. And that made them listen?
Well, it began to give me some credibility in their eyes, and that made them start paying attention.
That's it?
Unfortunately, no. I realized that once I had their attention, I had to hold on to it. Get to the point, keep it simple. So I boiled my idea down to 1 sentence. Boom, got it. Then I backed it up. Here's why this is a great idea. This reason, this reason, this reason.
But what if they still didn't like it?
I always came prepared to respond to objections. See, before the meeting, I'd make a list of every objection that I could think of and how to counter it. I'd even pre-test the idea to see if other people would come up with things I hadn't thought of.
Wow. So what you're saying is that I need to do a little homework.
I'm saying I think you may have a great idea. And I think you owe it to the team and to yourself to run with it. Listen, we'll talk later.
Thanks, Pat.
Persuasion begins with preparation. First of all, recognize your own value. Acknowledge what you bring to the table. In order to focus your idea, reduce it to 1 simple sentence. Then support it with solid evidence. Do research to back up your argument. Consider your audience. Anticipate their objections. Try pre-testing the idea on coworkers. They may see things that you don't.
Yeah, hi, John Hodge here. Accudyne? I've got one of your brochures on your AJ44. I was wondering if I could get some names of some companies that have it up and running. Sure, I'll hold.
Hey, Hodge, you got the catalog from yesterday?
It's around here somewhere. I don't remember. Hey, Plato, they're thinking of putting this new milling machine on the X12. Claims it averages 75 parts an hour.
Yeah, right. I'll believe it when I see it.
That's what I said. I told them that if they wanted those type of numbers, they needed to buy 2 of them.
Well, that's a good idea. Then we could do resets and not have to shut down the line.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah. Oh, but there's only one problem. Where are we going to put them? It's not like we got an empty dance floor out there.
Good point. I never thought of that. Thanks.
Anytime.
Yeah, hi. Yeah, I've got a pencil. Go ahead, shoot. Uh-huh. Okay. Pat,
Hi, Hodge.
you know, I've been working on that idea that you suggested.
Great. Let's